Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So we have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. Now, LeBron James just went in on Doug Gottlieb on X. And people are saying, where is this coming from? As we know, Doug Gottlieb has had some things to say about several players over time. But he did have something to say about Bronny James and agree with Jaylen Brown. Now, what exactly did Doug Gottlieb say? We're going to find out and we're going to listen to it. But for reference, his Green Bay team that he's coaching, Green Bay Phoenix, they're 2-24 and have not won a single basketball game in 3 months. And Doug was in the news cycle earlier this year because he benched the team's best player, or sat him out an entire game, suspended him because he didn't like his shot selection. Is what he said, and that the guy was late to shoot around and different things like that. So that was one of the things, controversy surrounding that team. But yes, they sit at 2-24, and he questioned, would Bronny even start for this team? And so we're going to get into that, and then we're going to get into LeBron James's response and break that down.
A couple of days ago, I was asked on Twitter if Bronny James would be my best player. I can't remember what the actual question was, but it was essentially, would Bronny start for you? And my answer, my answer. So here's the question, Doug: is Bronny good enough to start for your team in Wisconsin? Be honest. Answer the question, Doug. Could you work with them and get them NBA ready? Okay. And my answer was he would compete to start. But while I like how he moves the ball and defends, he wouldn't be my point. I don't view him as point guard. He doesn't play point guard. He doesn't want the ball. He doesn't run a team. He doesn't want to defend the point guard. He doesn't play like a point. So he wouldn't be my point. My wings are bigger. And without seeing him with us, I think it would be hard for him to start, to be honest. And when Jaylen Brown says it, he means it. Of course he means it. When I say it, of course I mean it. But instead, this gets skewed into the you're a hater, or now I'm trolling. I wasn't trolling. I was asked a question. I gave an honest answer. That's not trolling. Bronny James is struggling, and I'm not dancing on his grave. I'm not laughing at him. I'm telling you, I know what it takes to make an NBA team, and I saw all this coming. If you've listened to this show for the last year and a half, you're sitting there nodding your head going, you were right. But I'm not like rubbing your nose and not taking a victory lap in it. I'm telling you that what happens out of it, and it still happened today, is that people make it out that you're hating or even trolling when you give an opinion that is not seen as positive towards LeBron James Jr., aka Bronny James.
And so LeBron James will respond to that and put earn to, not given. Got to give him credit, though. Bunch of laughing emojis and the poop emoji saying he's pretty much a trash basketball coach. And does LeBron continue to harbor feelings for anyone that said anything about Bronny that he doesn't agree with? Well, people were pointing out yesterday as you watched this clip, as he entered the locker room at NBA All-Star Weekend, he dapped up, hugged everybody else, and kind of gave Jaylen Brown a little half dab, move, kept it moving type vibe. And so what Doug Gottlieb said, we'll focus on that for now. Doug Gottlieb said Bronny wouldn't start for his team. I do find that a bit hard to believe. While LeBron James Jr., Bronny wasn't deserving of maybe like All-American level, he is at least a 3-star, 4-star level prospect coming out of high school. I definitely think he's a good basketball player and good enough. I think somewhere like Green Bay, that would have been the level that I would have looked at. He could potentially start day one because of his athleticism. You can see what he's doing in the G League now. He has those capabilities and probably would have played with more confidence at that level right out the gate. Now, he did have that health scare, and I was happy, that he was at a school like USC with that medical staff and everything, and all those resources right there. But assuming that he would have went to college and that would have never happened, I think at that level, Bronny could have transitioned into a point guard over time. I think Doug Gottlieb is looking at it as, how he's playing now, and went to USC with Isaiah Collier and other guys who were going to have the ball in their hands. But I think at the Green Bay level, um, would he be the full-time point guard? Maybe not, but secondary ball handler who could give you some versatility on the perimeter, I would say at that level, yes, Bronny James could have excelled. So I think for a 2-24 coach to say that Bronny wouldn't have started for that team, you got to show me where your players are better, sir. I do know you had a guy who can absolutely fill it up, but he was more like a wing, probably could play the three for y'all. You could run two athletic guards with him and Bronny, um, and maybe have a traditional point guard. But again, I think Bronny at that level, off the ball, on the ball, even though he may be undersized, that's why you're at a Green Bay. If he was 6'6", then, he'd be a two guard, but at the highest level. But I think you do go to a Green Bay when you're a bit undersized and may not fit a position, but you are a Division I level player. I think that would have been the perfect situation for Bronny. Now, I do think some of his analysis was right on with Bronny, but I just think at the level he's at, this is why a Bronny would come to your school, is because of the very things you're talking about. Again, I said if he's 6'6", he's at Duke, Ohio State, Carolina, Kansas, somewhere like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about as a prospect. You see what's going on with Kion. He's going to Syracuse, who's not the strongest in the ACC right now, but he's more so doing that because of his father. Kion could have went to some other historically great programs as well, but it's not as much about his father. It's about Kion's game and his size. And so, yeah, man, that's what I would say back to Doug Gottlieb. And LeBron is this. I'll say this. LeBron responding to this lets you know that he sees everything that people are saying. Don't think he has these 53 million Twitter or X subscribers and everything is just going under the radar. He's not seeing what's going on. He's definitely seeing what's going on. And if it's a comment about Bronny, he is definitely engaged. And I'll say this about Doug. Doug has had some takes about people that gives you a disposition. So even if he has some good advice in there, it automatically will come off as hate because of some of the things he's had to say in the past. Most notably him, Stephon Marbury, that interaction they had. So yeah, Doug, you're coaching, you're in the spotlight now, so you're going to be open to the same criticisms that you casted upon others, and that comes with the territory, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.